is the university in need of a campaign? Why a campaign? I know Ball State has never had one. And why now? I know Ball State also receives funds that have state in its name, and it gets funds from the state. And why does it need a campaign?
There are a couple of reasons why Ball State needs a campaign, and a very good reason why now is the time. The first is that Ball State isn't and never has been a totally state-supported financial institution. 66% of the revenues needed to govern and run the university come from the state, 33% from private sources. And what this campaign will aim to do is to build those private sources on a continuing basis over time. The time is right, however, because Ball State is at a, in my judgment, as a relative outsider looking at the university from without, so to speak, the university is a rocket poised to take off. There's a great sense of mission, a shared sense of direction at the university. There is both in the administration and the faculty an excitement, which I have felt in becoming a part of the Wings for the Future campaign, and putting this human side of the equation into focus tells any observer, whether they're academically backgrounded or not, that Ball State is ready to use the money that comes from the capital campaign in a way that truly builds and achieves its vision of becoming a great teaching university.
Why did you choose personally to chair the campaign? What's your involvement with Ball State? What is it that you received?
I've been involved with Ball State University as a volunteer over the years, and I was struck when the concept of the capital campaign was developed that this was a major effort on the part of the university to take a school that is already excellent and build it into something more. I was impressed with the sense of vision that the administration has developed and shared with the faculty at Ball State. And having been involved in the planning stages of the campaign, I could observe that these additional funds that would come from the Wings for the Future campaign truly could make a difference at Ball State. That the resources were there to build on, the attitudes, the sense of commitment to the future was in place, and what was needed was the financial resources to make this happen. I began to get excited about this as I saw how much has come together in this great campus we have at Ball State. And I told John Worthen that I needed, when I was asked to take this job on, that I needed a night to think about it. I thought about it for 30 minutes, and I called back and said, John, I think the first 40 million will be the easiest. And I feel that way even more today, having been involved, having had an opportunity to see the kind of response that is coming from the alumni and friends of Ball State. It's exciting, and that's why I'm a part of it.
I'll take a minute. That is wonderful. Sure can.
Let me ask a question, and then you just respond to him.
Okay.
There are many very good universities, institutions of higher education in Indiana, both public and private. Why is Ball State special? What makes it different?
Ball State is special because it fills a number of niches, and it fills these effectively. Ball State's commitment to delivering good teaching with a balanced approach to teaching and research is perhaps one of the things that makes it unique. A second is the spirit of the faculty. And I can't emphasize this enough. This is a group of people that enjoy teaching. They're committed to education. I'm not in the teaching business. I'm in the business of business. And yet I can see that genuine dedication here in the classrooms that I visited. And that dedication comes from a university that's made a commitment to doing what education is all about in the first place, and that is giving the young people who come there outstanding learning opportunities. That happens through people, and it happens through people that are in facilities that are conducive to their expression and development. And having good people, having adequate facilities, are what the Wings of the Future campaign is all about. It presents an opportunity for Ball State to take a step out beyond.
Okay, I'll ask that question. Okay, what has been the level of response by the community?
The response to the Wings for the Future campaign has been phenomenal. It's been rewarding to be a part of this process. An example of the kind of response we've had is shown when the campaign cabinet was recruited at the inception of the campaign. There were 15 people asked to be on that cabinet. All 15 said yes, and they were all people who had busy schedules but a strong commitment to Ball State University. As the campaign has unfolded, that pattern has repeated itself again and again. The willingness of the people within the university to take an extra step, to be present, to tell the story of the university at the various functions has been outstanding. And friends of the university and alumni see this, and it's great. The response has been excellent. The group that has responded has included not only alumni, but people from other who are friends of Ball State, but not necessarily graduates. People have worked together because there's a shared sense of vision for what Ball State can be through the funds raised by Wings for the Future campaign.
What's the importance of alumni to a campaign such as this?
I've joked with John Worthen and said that I'd be proud to be a Ball State alumni. Ball State alumni have been great, and they are the core group that will carry this campaign on to a successful conclusion. Individuals from cities throughout the state of Indiana have responded by joining the National Steering Committee, by agreeing to help obtain fund commitments. We even have someone from Seattle, Washington, a Ball State alumnus who has volunteered to help in the campaign. Ball State alumni who have achieved great success in the business world, Ball State alumni who have achieved great success in the academic world, in the world of architecture and urban planning. There are many of these people out there. I've been deeply impressed by how many fine individuals, how many dedicated people there are in the Ball State alumni group. Their interest in the university ultimately is what will carry the success of this campaign, and I can assure you that that interest level is very high.
When you mentioned someone from Seattle, and the campaign is on a national scale, I mean, you are the national attorney. How is it that the community at large, whether it be locally here in Muncie, statewide, or even nationally, is affected by the university? What's the influence that Ball State has?
Obviously, Ball State's influence is through the influence of its alumni scattered throughout the state of Indiana, throughout the Midwest, and throughout the country. But Ball State's capability to exert influence beyond that sphere is highly present in the form of the developing academic excellence that's becoming, in my judgment, visible beyond the traditional perimeters of the Ball State University influence area. That comes from outstanding academic direction, outstanding academic personnel, and an outstanding academic mission. And all of these things I think Ball State University has.
You sound very positive throughout this interview. And you are almost assured that it's going to be a successful campaign. Now, why is it going to be successful, and what's going to make it successful?
The Wings for the Future campaign will be a success. The response in the early advanced gift phase was outstanding. The leadership for the subsequent phases is outstanding. And the commitment of the university administration and faculty has been overwhelming. Put these things together and we will have a successful campaign. More importantly, though, what will assure the campaign's success is that this is a campaign about education of young Americans to be more effective citizens, to be more effective in their businesses and professions, and it's about a university that's dedicated to providing the kind of education that makes that happen. That product, that story, that mission has been accepted and embraced and applauded everywhere we've taken the story of Ball State University. And that ultimately is why this will be remembered as a very successful campaign for a very successful university.